Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. On 1st down, Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And a cutback, right sideline. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Wilson. Dancing to his left. It's caught, block it. And down inside the 15 he goes. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. From 3 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry now for Justice Hill. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 54 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jackson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. 7-7, our score after one. Second down. It's Hill, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
They set up the screen to Hill. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Got a man, it's caught. For a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead there to make the grab. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. 15-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, and that'll bring up 2nd down. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore number 1, certainly in the AFC, but nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. At their own 33-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an... Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Now he'll escape to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
I got you. I got you. Hey, 49. Too little, Captain.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go, D. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 1 shot. You're not ready. You're not ready. Easy.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch there. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Punching it in from a yard away as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. With that incompletion, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in week 17. So I would say, on the surface, you would think Houston. They have the quarterback as well in Deshaun Watson that scares everyone. But I'm picking Tennessee as the team that could go deeper because of their defense. That's really a top 5 defense on any given Sunday. Their ability to rush the passer, their ability to play the ball in the air. I like that Tennessee team, and I think Ryan Tannehill, the switch to him at quarterback has really energized that club.
Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. There goes a deep ball in. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead. As the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey,
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Ravens take over first and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. One play has them to the 37 here for first and 10. Now Jackson. Being chased out left. He'll run it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on second down. Jackson binds, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Towards the end zone for Brown. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 43 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. That's caught by Hollister. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Right here, 41 Mike. Down to lose one. Switch.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. They go play action now. Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Matt Judon able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Matt Judon bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. David Moore, 29 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here. Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And this one wasn't easy. You had an East Coast team, Charles, going west, playing a night game, but somehow they were able to get the job done.
Yeah, when you talk about playing a night game, they're closer to being sleepy because of East Coast time with their bodies